Hello, everyone. Before we start the show, we always want to give you guys recommendations of show to watch. Um, as of right now, I can't give you any recommendations because I haven't thought of any. But next time I'll give you any recommendations. Um, you have any recommendations, Sam?
Yeah, I actually do have one. I recently saw a really good horror movie. It was called The Night House. Um, Basically how it starts off, the way I went into this movie, I didn't look up anything.
Mm-hmm.
Just saw the ratings and I was like, I want a horror movie, went to it, took a chance, and thoroughly enjoyed it. More of a thriller, really. I mean, kind of horror ish for sure. But it was really good because it was about this girl and the movie starts off with the fact that her husband has just recently committed suicide.
Mm-hmm.
And what's strange is everything was good. They were fine. Things were great. They just got this nice lake house. She never noticed anything weird. And just one day he went into the boat that they have, rowed out to the middle of the lake, and boom. And so then the whole movie is kind of her figuring out why this happened and digging into her husband, her husband's past per se, more recent happenings,
Mm-hmm.
what could have led to it. And she finds really weird stuff, and it's very confusing. And this whole idea that gets connected with it is death and almost grief and stuff like that, even depression. And it this whole thing of death that's tied to it is she had a near death experience, or even could say she did die for 4 minutes or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And what she reveals is that she's I usually just comfort people and say that yeah, there's this light at the end of the tunnel. She says there was nothing. And the husband leaves a cryptic note about it saying that there's nothing is after you. But there's just this very supernatural twist to it all that deals with the labyrinth sort of scenario, which personally I always like that. I don't know why, but I always seem to be attracted to that sort of device in movies or shows, even when there's a labyrinth. But it was really good. It kept me guessing, and it does have a pretty surprise ending, and it's really good.
Okay.
The Night House.
The Night House. Where can you watch it at?
Movie theater.
Oh, it recently came out.
Yeah, it didn't come out too long ago. I think a few weeks ago, or maybe a couple weeks ago.
Okay. All right. All right, guys. If you like horror, you like what Sam is saying, go watch The Night House. Now today we're going to talk about another Marvel series. We're continue with this What If series because it's so good. The episode just dropped. Episode 4. What if Doctor Strange lost his heart instead of his hands? Now, literally, I took that as face value. What if he literally lost his heart? So I'm just because he lost his hands. So I was just okay, how is he gonna get an artificial heart? What's gonna happen? But they did that figuratively, losing his heart, losing his loved ones. To me, it reminds me of Groundhog Day, of him going back in time trying to fix it, and she dies. She keep on dying at the end of the day. I like this episode. It was really different from what Marvel used to or have done because it's very dark. And yeah, you can kind of play as as Disney. You can kind of see it as a light, since it's cartoon and all that other stuff. But the plot, the story, the way he approached trying to bring back Christina. I think Christine.
I think it was Christine.
yeah, Christine, it was very dark. Like if you actually put it live action wise, it's so dark.
Yeah, I think yeah, that's definitely got to be why they did animation because
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, I wasn't even expecting it to go that dark,
yeah.
but yeah, it definitely does. But I also enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was
Mhm.
good, and I also assumed like, wait, what? He lost his heart? What do you mean? And as soon as like the episode starts and you see, you're just like, oh, yeah, I should have thought of that. But oh well. But yeah, dude, it was really good. I don't know why. Like, I feel like just like now, all of a sudden, like the animation is just really, really grown on me, and I felt
Yeah.
like I felt like it was at its best in this episode for some reason, and I don't know if that has to do with like the magic of it all or what. But overall, it was really good, and the twist of it all was good, and I mean, it was like this like I don't know why they decided to do it, but they just wanted to like, here's a cautionary tale
Mhm.
of it when you think you can just control everything or something. I don't know. It was insane.
Yeah, man. Now, see, Doctor Strange is a funny character. Like he is probably the one of the most powerful Marvel characters they have. Um, but being that powerful, he can't do a lot of things. He can't change reality. He can't change time. Which is kind of frustrating because I was just like, in a way, because I'm when they brought up the point of absolute the absolute point where you can't change it at all, then it got me thinking. I'm like, so is there a situation or how many situations where it's absolute and you really can't change it? Going back to Endgame, they were able to change the people, Thanos snapping fingers, bring back to life. That's not absolute point, but Christine dying is. I don't know. I mean, they explain it why, because if Christine didn't die, then he would never been Doctor Strange, but you never know.
Yeah,
He probably would have. But yeah.
yeah. For like that universe, like that's what the story was for him. Was just like you don't become who you need to be and are meant to be
Yeah.
unless she dies. And like I thought that was such an interesting twist on like the whole absolute point because like it still dealt with the car crash. Like he always had to get in that accident and lose his hands, or like I don't not lose his hands, but just like the what's the word I'm looking for? Like I don't almost like the
His love. Like,
viability of his hands.
yeah.
And like, yeah, I mean, it was his livelihood too. Like without his hands, he can even do his job. But like, yeah, so I just thought it was interesting that it was just like, oh no. In this case, you just lose the love of your life because in
Exactly.
this universe, you never screwed it up in the first place. And it's just
Mhm.
was interesting. And yeah, I and it's what was crazy is just like he always has moments where he can make that decision to stop. And the note by the watcher, which was interesting, is that he was going down the wrong path. And I thought that was crazy because it's just like you figure in all these universes, like it's just like, going to be the same song and dance for all of them. They're going to go down the hero's path. They're always going to try to do the right thing, even when they get steered wrong at first.
Mhm.
And he can just fix it. He even says it. I could just, push him in the right direction or do it, but no, I just watch. And like this was also the episode where you got to see the most interaction, which also made the most sense.
Yeah, which I was gonna bring that up because I like the fact that they did that. Like slowly they
Yes.
bring him into the fold of Doctor Strange said it was just like, I sense your presence. I heard about you. Can you help me? And stuff. So it's pretty interesting to see like how the Watcher is gonna do moving forward. And that made me look him up and do my research about him because I heard it, but I don't know too much about them. But I also know that he interferes sooner or later. Spoiler alert. I don't know when, but
Ooh.
in the comic books, he interferes with Fantastic Four, helping situations out. But he ended up
Hmm.
going to jail because of that by the Watchers, but he ended up being freed. But so now they probably foreshadowing is just like, I could, but I choose not to. Maybe he's gonna sooner or later he's gonna intervene somewhere along the way. I mean, not in What
Maybe.
If, but maybe in the live actions.
Maybe. Because like, yeah, you almost feel like he wants to, right? Like he has
Hmm.
like though he is this like big deity, you sense that he has this empathy for him, and like he's like, I do want to fix it because he's seen other versions of him that are great and are good, and just that's how he should have been. But and he wanted to fix it, but he's just like, no, you messed up too much, so you couldn't listen to anyone else. Why are you going to listen to me and ask him for my help? I'm gone.
Hmm.
Like, can't blame him.
Yeah. You know, how would the bad, or I won't even say bad, I would say Dark Doctor Strange and the original Doctor Strange, when they fought, who were you rooting for? Because on one hand, the original Doctor Strange had his reasons of trying to stop the Dark Doctor Strange to save the universe, but the Dark Doctor Strange wanted to save the love of his life. So they both
True.
had good motives to do what they needed to do.
True. But yeah, dude, no, Dark Doctor Strange crossed the line, my opinion. For sure he crossed the line. Like I get I can I can almost understand that want to do that. But that's the whole point of all that. It's just like, yeah, everyone wants to give into that, but you can't. Just like that one guy that was guarding the library that he ended up going to, death is just a part of it too.
Hmm.
Just all part of the journey. You have to accept that. But he couldn't. So like because he gave into his own guilt. And to me, that's like yeah, he's doing it for a good cause, but he's also weak in the sense that he gave into his own guilt and
Hmm.
the, probably even shame that like he had to have that happen.
And then, still at the end, he still lost the love of his life. There's
Yeah,
I guess he had the power to change it, but that power was still not enough to save it, to save
mm-hmm.
her. Um, I thought, what I thought, when she actually was saved, um, and he turned to that monster at first, I thought that was going to be the cost. She was going to be alive, but they would never be together because he was a monster. She didn't recognize who he was. Uh, but then he went back to normal, and they did what they did at the end of destroying the whole universe and everyone in it. Um, so that kind of caught me. But now he's still alive. He's the only one left in that universe. So I wonder if he's gonna go to another universe to.
Oh, I thought the episode ended with it just crushing in on him.
It did? No, it was it
Yeah,
was
there was
to
a
like
little
the
bit left, but
smallest.
then like when he left, I thought like the whole thing of it was just like it ended with just like nothing.
It did. I had to rewatch it. I thought he was still alive. I thought it was still alive, and he Oh, okay. I have to rewatch it to check if he was still alive or not. Because I thought if he was still alive, he would we probably see him in another episode or so. I mean, another universe or so.
Maybe. I got to rewatch it too because now I'm questioning it. So I'm
Like
like,
you thought he died, I thought he was still alive. Um,
yeah, I for sure
I
thought
would,
he died. Like, cause like him leaving, cause he's just like this universe doesn't have to die because of my mistake, and he it
yeah.
was Like, too bad you messed up too much, dude.
Yeah.
Forget it. Bounce.
And okay, let's talk about the Watcher real quick because the Watcher said, "Oh, I can't intervene. I'm not gonna intervene." Um, which is it? He could intervene, or he could choose not to, or he can't because something gonna stop him.
It's you know what, to me it sounded like it's like he's living by a set of rule, like, you know what I
Mhm.
mean, like he was brought into existence and they're like, listen, this is all you do. You are the Watcher. It's an important job of just overseeing all realities and simply observing what happens. Don't do anything else. I think it's just like all, like, you know, I don't, maybe there is consequences that he's told about, but like I just feel like that's all he like
Yeah, it does.
gets.
But you know what's
This
kind
is
of
like,
funny is it's
this is
like
what you do. You go outside of it, you're gonna be
it's kind of funny because it's like, okay, you're born to do that, that's fine. Or you started doing that, whatever the case may be. It- What's the point of even watching? Because you can't do anything, you can't intervene. All you should do is watch. Well,
well.
if all you do is watch, stop watching and like focus on your life. I don't know. Like,
You know what I think is, like, if there's got to be someone that observes, he's got to report it, right?
mhm.
So he's got to be reporting it to somebody. Otherwise, yeah, it is useless. So I think there's like got to
No,
be someone else he shares this information with.
yeah, that's why I
And
researched the Watcher is because I wanted to know more information about them. So that yeah, they have other Watchers watch different universes because he's assigned to Earth and our solar system, but other Watchers watch other universes and other things like that. And he
oh,
reports all of that because there's like a whole thing. And um they in the beginning they did intervene with people to stop war, and they went to one planet. They gave them resources. They gave them everything they needed to survive. They left. They came back. Like the planet ended up almost dead because they was in war and stuff like that. So after that, they were so depressed. They was like, we're not going to ever intervene. We're not going to ever do anything to see. And that's what their oath is now. And that's kind of like the history of the Watchers.
okay, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of like a thing from like this one show I love called Fringe, where it like in that they just call him the observer, and
hmm
that's what he does, and he reports it back. It's very similar to that. That's interesting.
yeah. And you think the this is another side note. You know how the internals was there for a while. We're gonna probably get their origin story about how long they've been there and whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
You think they know the Watchers, or you think they know their existence?
Hmm.
Because that'd
Well,
be
I mean,
interesting.
I guess if those guys, like, are among like celestial beings, I'm going to guess like they probably know of them, but have never, like seen them or like
Yeah.
know if they're real. But like,
Mhm.
I'm if they like if it's like folklore for them, it's just like, oh, they're a fairy tale or something like that. So I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait. So right now on IMDb, they rated this episode the best, 9.1. Do you
Makes sense.
agree with that?
Oh, absolutely.
Is the best out of all of them? All the episodes so far. You said absolutely.
Is it the best out of the episodes?
Hmm.
That's harder for me to. Is that is wait are that's like the best rated one? Like none of the other ones come close to it.
The one with Loki and everyone's dying, that has a 8.2. T'Challa episode being Star-Lord, 8.2. Captain Carter, 7.2. I know. Doctor Strange, 9.1. But that's only on IMDb.
Interesting.
Yeah. I found it very interesting as for real.
It definitely outdid the last few episodes, but like to me, like this in the first episode, I felt like we're like on par for me. Like they were kind of like the same amount of like awesomeness and like roller coaster of emotions, even. Like, all the twists and stuff. Like he, first he fights the ancient one, and then finding out the ancient one, what her little trick was she split him in that moment, which I thought was so crazy because I was just like, huh? Like, so I just thought that was dope in their whole fight. And like, I mean, the fact that they fight it out, I'll be honest. When it was Doctor Strange versus Dark Doctor Strange, I go, all right, we know what's going to happen. He's going to save the day. It's going to be very close, but he saves the day.
Nope.
Hell, was I wrong?
That was the twist for me, bro.
That dude.
Yeah, that was a twist for me. I'm like, yeah, he gonna find a way to stop him and save the day, but nah, they took it. That's why it's completely dark. It was sad. He lost everything. It was so sad.
And like, I don't know if you remember, but like, dude, like the the good, or like the saving hope Doctor Strange there, like when he's about to be devoured by the dark version of himself, he like whines like a little like child. I don't know how else to put it, but like, he's just like, no, and it's just like, oh my god, dude, like he's scared of himself, like. And I kind of thought about that for a moment, and just like how scary that would be, of just this like evil of yourself who is just like literally in front of your face. You see this thing that you have become because of these bad decisions, and like now it's just going to kill you, and you're just like, oh my god, like I can't believe this is how I go. Like that like honestly is a terrifying idea. Like just being gone from existence because this evil version of yourself wins. And like, man, just on a figurative level, it speaks volumes. Especially how he ends up in the very end when he's begging, and like it's like you literally were just warned in front of your face of what would happen and the consequences were. He's just like, well, I gotta see if it happens. Well, it happens, and he doesn't like it. Bro, you reap what you sow.
Yeah, that was the worst consequence for him, man. Like, I don't know.
Like, yeah, you did save her, but also reality's broken. So
all right.
Never mind.
So let me ask you this. If I'm right, and if he is the only one alive in that universe now, or in that bubble that he created himself, so he doesn't erase, would you want to see him in future What If episodes somewhere, or you're fine with them just killing him off?
Either way I'd be fine, but it was really cool.
Okay.
I mean either way it'd be really cool, honestly. Like, gotcha. I guess it would be really cool if he was just dead, but like really, for that part, like the really cool, like, or I shouldn't say really cool, it's pretty dark, but like the fact that like that reality is just like, it's done. That universe, it is put to a close, all because of Doctor Strange. Like, that's an insane idea to me. But then like the other side is just like, yeah, he destroyed it, but then he got out of it. Now he's just, who knows what he's gonna do next? So like that would be really crazy.
Exactly.
I was trying to see really quick if I could find a thing that just says like if he died or not, but I'm like not even finding that. So I don't know. But yeah, now I gotta skip to the end of the episode and figure out.
Yeah, I have to watch it. What do you rate this episode?
I'd give it a 9. Just because it really kept me guessing. I was very intrigued. I was very, very into it the whole time.
Yeah, I can agree to that. Closer to a 9, yeah. Yeah. Yo, so in order, I know it's only been 4 episodes. Rank them as best to least favorite. And I know for us, all the episodes are really, really good. So we're not, so because we rank it number 4 doesn't mean it's trash. No, but what your rating is going to be. Okay, I'm gonna go first. I give you time to think.
Please, give me a second.
So my
It's
ranking,
a hard choice.
My ranking is first episode Captain Carter, then Doctor Strange, then what if the mightiest Avengers were killed off, and then T'Challa being Star-Lord. That's my ranking for right now.
I think I'm gonna put that Doctor Strange one up top. And then I put see, it's hard for me because like in the second spot for me, it's like the T'Challa one or the murder mystery one. But I will go T'Challa, murder mystery, then Captain Carter.
Yeah, I figured that was gonna be you. Yeah. All right.
It's hard to say just because like I don't even like feel good giving out that ranking, honestly.
I know. I know, because right now they're really doing their job, bro. Next
exactly.
episode is gonna be what if Thor was banished to Earth but was still worthy of his mantle?
What if Thor was banished to Earth, but he was still worthy of the mantle?
Yep.
He never was unworthy at any point.
Remember when he was banished, he lost Miriam and lost his powers?
Yeah, so like now, he even tried to grab it and like it was
exactly.
Just like, oh. Yeah.
So now he was banished to Earth, but still have all his powers. And
oh yeah, that was the one that like also said like party Thor or something.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, what? That's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be kind of interesting how they play that out. Yeah.
Yeah, because what is he gonna be like way more conceited? Because he's just gonna be like, yeah, you can't do anything to me. I'm not mortal.
Yeah, because remember he was banished to Earth to learn a lesson. He learned that lesson, and then he was a better character now. He had the arc. Now he is banished to Earth with the same characters, and he's not going to learn anything. Well, what he learned from the previous universe, I would say. Yeah. So he probably going to learn something, but he going to learn something completely different. Who knows?
Yeah, because like, yeah, because I'm interested to know how they'll be like, how he'll still be worthy.
Yeah.
Even though he was banished there. So. Yeah, I'm just excited to see more, man.
See, I wish, and I don't know, Disney is not going to do this because that's their thing. Be like Netflix, just drop everything off at once. Like, just drop the whole season off. We won't have to wait a week to watch it. But I don't think they're ever going to do that. No, they're going to stick to their, because people are still, they can only do that because people are committed for Disney. Like they're big hard-headed, well, not even hard-headed, like big fans of Disney. So they can do whatever they want and people will still watch it and or go to Disney. So
they just own too much, dude.
Yeah, I know. Listen, if Netflix start doing that every episode crap, I'll unsubscribe. I tell you that right now.
Yeah, I don't think Netflix can afford to do that, dude. Yeah. They've committed to that for so. Like the thing is like they have shows every now and then they'll do it like that, right? Like, but they won't do it for everything.
Yeah,
There's
yeah, you're right. Every now and then
like
they have something
like
that.
I think, yeah. But here's the thing: I don't think they've done it because there was like a year where they did it a few times, and since then, like they haven't done that. And I feel like it was just because they're like the people that are so used to the app, they're just like, no, we're not watching that.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
just
they're
going to watch the whole catalog, please.
exactly. I think they were kind of testing that out. I think. You think?
Yeah, it didn't work out. Thank
Yeah.
God it didn't work for them.
Listen, binging is from Netflix. Binging obviously was a word, but it made it popular because of Netflix. It's like, did you binge watch that season? You know, did you binge watch Breaking Bad? Like, come on, bro. Like Netflix and chill. Like, come on.
Bro, yeah, it literally reinvented the word binge.
So yeah. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoy our conversation. You know, tell us in the comments if you think this show was the best so far, like other people might think. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our Instagram page, and see you next week for episode 5 of What If. Peace.